Welcome, welcome. 10 spiritual tools. If you're in AA, 10 spiritual tools to get you out of a jam. These are them. Number 1, doing step 1, 2, and 3, getting to some literature, reading the 12 promises, making a call, listening to a podcast, doing HALT, getting yourself to a meeting, the Serenity prayer, meditation, and to pray. So if you're going to relapse, if your emotions are out of whack, if you are emotionally dysregulated, I know when I was in early recovery, my nervous system was like vibrating. For so long, I was like, because I was so physically dependent, it took a while for my body to mellow out. And so I had to almost distract myself or just do whatever it took to stay sober. That's how powerful addiction is I had to make myself not go drink. I had to just be so invested in my recovery. So the first tool that you could use is when there's a stressful time and you don't know what to do, you're lost, you're just it's like use that step 1, 2, and 3, right? It's like, I got to accept my situation. I got to talk to my higher power, and then I got to make a decision. The other thing is if I'm really not okay, it's like a spiritual tool I can use is read some literature, read the daily reflection, daily meditation, get myself into a book to just help mellow myself out, to calm my nervous system down. Another thing is a beautiful way to relax, to get my mind a little, just to get myself centered. This is I got to rely on my tools to keep myself sober, healthy, and happy, to stay on the recovery path. I need these tools. So using the promises, reading those promises, it's impossible to be angry after you read the promises. They bring me so much joy, and I think they could bring you joy too. But this is a recovery tool. Another recovery tool, and one that I use all the time, is to call. And if you don't have anyone to call the helpline. There is stuff online. There are numbers to call. There are phone lists. There are people available to talk to. We are here to talk to. I don't think I've ever had someone not help me or talk to me on the phone when I really needed help. There's always someone. So that's a great recovery tool. It also gives me so much understanding of my situation. Another thing is podcasts, motivational podcasts. When I was in early recovery, I would just all day long at work, I would just listen to recovery podcasts, motivational podcasts, anything that just filled my brain with good knowledge, good spirituality. I had so many voids to fill because I was so depleted. I spent my whole life drinking and being, soul sick and spiritually sick. There's a lot that I had to fill again. So relying on that spiritual tool of feeding my brain good, healthy things. And I just got so much out of listening to, motivational podcasts and really trying to help build my self-love and just listening to that and agreeing with it and saying good things to myself through those podcasts, getting some hope. It's hard work to get sober. It's hard work to stay sober. The other thing is to remember HALT. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Big deal. That's that. Sometimes people go back out on that stuff if they don't do that. So HALT is a big deal. Do HALT. Another one, the no-brainer one, is meetings. Get to a meeting. You're not okay, leave work, go to a meeting. Sobriety comes first. If you're not okay, then it's recovery first. Whatever you have to do to keep your recovery first. If something's not okay at work, if you're not okay in a fight at home or something, you got to leave and go to a meeting. You got to leave the situation. You can't stay in places that are not okay anymore. I can't stay too close to the fire. I got to learn to back away. I got to get out of situations that are not healthy, helpful, or safe for me. Like, that's my responsibility. Another thing is the Serenity prayer. The Serenity prayer has got me out of so many things in those moments when I'm just like, God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I can change and I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference. Sometimes when a situation comes, I literally have to cut it up into 3 sliced pie and just be like, what can I do? Like, really, what can I not do? And then what can, higher power help me know the difference? I've solved so many problems doing that. And so that is a great recovery tool, is the Serenity prayer. And you don't even have to be an addict to use the Serenity prayer. This can be like any life situation. The Serenity prayer is a great way to help make a decision, to help release myself, to help give the load to my higher power who is there and available for me. But I gotta ask. I gotta say the prayer. I gotta do the thing. There's 2 parts to this. The other thing is meditation. If you can, meditation is any form of going for a hike, going for a walk. It doesn't have to just be sitting in a room going hum the whole time. It literally can be like getting on a treadmill and just doing a power walk for 10 minutes. Like that repetition of just moving and trying to ease the brain from thought. Like, I'm giving my brain a rest. My brain needs a rest. And I'm an overthinker, and I overthink and think all the time. So, for me, I got to go to the pool. I got to chill out. Like, I found water really healing, especially hot tubs, but I don't have that access to hot tubs all the time. But I mean, I've learned this about myself, give myself the things I need. I like being around water. I like nature. I like hiking. That helps so many things, not just my mental state, but my emotional, my spiritual, all my whole rhythm is affected. I got to get my rhythm back on track. And so this is what happens when my rhythm's off and my whole body is going, alert, sound the alarms. This is falling on these recovery tools is imperative that I do these things and try to do these things. I'm not going to do all of these things, but I'm going to try to do these recovery tools to get myself out of jams. It's my job. And the last thing is pray. Praying is a recovery tool, higher power. And so relying on my higher power, he is there for the big stuff. And the higher power of your understanding, for people that don't believe in the God, it's just higher power of your understanding, to something, to not to you, to something else. So, and that can be your sponsor sometimes. That can be going to a meeting because you're in there, you're listening to something that's bigger than you. I have to expose myself to that. And by, listening to another perspective besides the perspective that's in my head. I got to get out of here, and I have to listen to something else. There's other ideas in the world. There's other messages around. I can't always stay in here. I got to get myself out. I got to get myself connected. I got to rely on my tools. I have to put that effort in to keep myself healthy and safe and on the recovery path. So again, I will say the recovery tools again. So we got working step 1, 2, and 3 in a situation. Reading literature, reading the 12 promises, calling somebody, listening to podcasts, doing halts, going to a meeting, the Serenity prayer, meditation, and praying. I mean, if somebody has a relapse after honestly doing all those things, then I don't know, maybe that was part of that's what was supposed to happen. But this is it's pretty hard to do spiritual work because spirituality is so strong. It's pretty hard to do really strong, integral, honest spiritual work and get thrown off. That's next level's business if that happens to you. But for most humans, for most, most of us, when you really, really like honestly work the spiritual principles, program, and tools and really work on it and rely on it, you know, like speaking for myself, like I've gone through some stuff and that I lean on that spirituality like a rock, and it keeps me getting back on. It keeps me going back. It keeps me in the rooms. It keeps me strong. You know, like I rely on it. I believe on it. And it's just like, it's not all my effort. You know, when I use all my own effort, I fall off the wagon. I'm not strong. I get pushed around. Like the strength comes from within, from really using the spiritual program. So when all these things when like using all of these spiritual tools makes you so strong. So like, it's just not like you have to be so strong forever, but it's just pretty hard to like do all these 10 things if you're in a real jam and then still like you're in a real jam. I don't believe it, but like just like really working at this, like there's times when I've just like, I've sat there and like read the Letting Go book, like just reading those promises, doing the step 1, 2, 3, doing the Serenity prayer, calling on the phone. Like for me, and calling on the phone has been my biggest recovery tool that I've used, and I really love that one. So and praying, like praying all day, like it's easier to get back on the path when you stay close to the path. Okay, I'm gonna end it on that. So I love you guys. Thanks for being here. These are the spiritual tools. If you're in a jam, do these. But if you are just wanting to stay closer to that path anyways, just keep doing these things. Like this is awesome recovery. So, hey, thanks for being here. Love ya. Bye.